Can you become fluent in Spanish only using apps? Let's find out. The first app we're looking at is Duolingo. Now, Duolingo gets a lot of flack in the language learning world. Let's be honest though, Duolingo is free. And for a free resource, it is really good. In fact, it has gotten much better over the years. I'm currently very slowly learning Mandarin Chinese using Duolingo. Now, can you become fluent just using Duolingo? No. You need to get in speaking practice with the real human, which is what we're going to see in a little bit with these other apps. The thing that I absolutely love about Duolingo is that it is free, it is quick, it is easy, and it's also great for keeping up your consistency. Duolingo has done a fantastic job at gamifying the learning process and getting other people involved in your learning journey. So if you have friends or family on Duolingo, it's going to say, hey, send this person a gift, or hey, this person sent you this, or have a streak with this person. That's the really good thing about Duolingo. It keeps you consistent with your learning. But let's be honest, because it's so quick and because it's so easy, often you're not learning that much. If you're spending 30 minutes a day on Duolingo, well, then maybe you can learn a bit. But if you're just spending 2 to 5 minutes per day on Duolingo, you're not going to learn that fast, and you're probably not going to learn that much. Because of that, I'm going to give Duolingo a solid B. I think it's great because it's free, it's great for consistency, but I view it more as a supplement than as something that will actually help you learn Spanish. The next one on the list is SpanishDictionary.com. And I gotta say, Spanish Dictionary is probably one of my favorite Spanish learning apps. When I recommend Spanish learning apps to my students, Spanish Dictionary is probably one of the first ones that I recommend. It's free, they have fantastic articles and quizzes on their website, and more than anything, they have a really good translator feature. That's my favorite thing about Spanish Dictionary. And in fact, I've been using this app since I started learning Spanish 11 years ago. They have a free mobile app. You can also use it online, and it is really good. They give you different examples. You can see when words are being used in Spain or Latin America. And the fact that SpanishDictionary.com is completely free, that is why I'm going to give it S tier level. It is seriously good, and if you're not using it, I highly recommend you get it now. It's completely free. You don't need to pay for it. Very good app. Highly recommend. The next app is, of course, my Fluent Spanish Speaker Academy. I mean, that's just straight up S tier because I'm the most handsome teacher in the world and also the most humble one as well. No, I'm just kidding. Check out the Fluent Spanish Speaker Academy. You can check it out by clicking the link in the video description. I'm not going to rank my own thing because I think that's a little bit biased. But if you're interested, click the link in the video description to learn more about it. Next up is Anki. Anki is not going to make you fluent in Spanish, but Anki is incredibly good for flashcards. If you struggle to memorize things in Spanish or you just can't seem to remember important vocabulary, use Anki. Now, the good thing about Anki is it's completely free on the desktop. You have to pay for it on mobile, but I think it's totally worth it. They use what is called spaced repetition flashcard system, which basically just means that if you understand a word really well, you'll be shown it in, let's say, 1 month. If you kind of remember a word, you'll be shown in a week. And if you don't remember it at all, you'll be shown in an hour, for example. So that technology is really powerful. And the cool thing about Anki is that there are pre-made decks specifically for Spanish. So if you don't want to go and create this giant vocab list with Anki, you can actually just go in and get a pre-made deck. And the fact that it's free makes Anki super valuable. Now, are you going to become fluent just using Anki? No. Therefore, we're going to put it at a B tier with Duolingo. I really do like Anki, but just using it is not going to make you fluent in Spanish. Next up is Ella Verbs. Now, truthfully, I don't have a lot of experience with Ella Verbs, but if you struggle with verb conjugations and understanding when to say something like hablo or hablé or hablaba, this is a great option for you. It provides easy, simple exercises that you can use to practice conjugating and memorizing verbs. Of course, verbs are very important to learn and know in Spanish, but just studying verbs by themselves are not going to make you fluent. However, the quality of Ella Verbs is very good, and for that reason, I'm going to put it at a B tier. Next up is Babbel. Honestly, Babbel is fine. I personally think Duolingo beats Babbel, Because they're very similar, but Duolingo is free and arguably more fun. Sure, Babbel has great features that are similar to Duolingo that are going to help you learn Spanish. But I think personally, if you're going to go for this kind of learning where you're going through and you're doing quizzes and you're looking at images and things like that, just do Duolingo. It's free. For that reason, I'm going to put Babbel at a C. It's not that it's not effective, but you can basically just use Duolingo for free instead of having to pay a monthly subscription for Babbel. Next up is Baselang. Now, I'm not going to lie, Baselang is seriously incredible. If you want to get good at Spanish much faster than you are right now, signing up for Baselang is going to help you a ton. All you do is sign up for a monthly subscription and you can take unlimited classes. You can take a class literally every single day just with included in your subscription price. So it's really valuable and it's really good for the student. The only reason that I wouldn't recommend Baselang is simply because for the teachers of Baselang, it's not as good as a platform like italki. Most of the teachers on Baselang are coming from countries like Venezuela, where ultimately the teachers are getting paid a lower hourly rate. Don't get me wrong, this is still helping the teachers, but on a platform like italki, the teachers get paid more fairly and you still get to have good conversation classes. However, for a student, Baselang is seriously incredible for speaking practice. For that reason, Baselang is going at the A tier. I think it is really, really good. Next up is italki, which I just briefly mentioned. italki is slightly more expensive for the student than Baselang if you are taking lots of classes, but it's better for the teachers, which is why I prefer to recommend italki. Not hating on Baselang, I really do like Baselang, but if you are struggling with speaking practice in Spanish, then italki is the place to go. I have taken so many classes on italki and filmed them over the years and put those videos on this channel. The teachers are always nice, professional, respectful. It's easy to schedule classes, and they have additional learning resources for you like articles and so on. For that reason, italki is going to the S tier. If you want to get speaking practice, italki is a great place to do it. Next up is Lengua. I personally love Lengua and have been promoting it a lot to my students. The reason Lengua is great is because not only do they have human teachers that you can take classes with, but they also have AI resources, lots of really, really good AI resources. So if you're struggling with speaking, mostly because you are nervous during conversations, then Lengua is a great place to go because not only can you take classes with human teachers, but you can take classes with AI teachers as well. It is really good for initially building up your confidence. You can start with the AI teachers and then transition over to the human teachers. Not to mention, they just have a bunch of incredible learning resources for you. For that reason, Lengua is going in the S tier. It is seriously good, lots of resources, and it is amazing for speaking practice. Especially if you're nervous, you can just speak with an AI at first, then slowly move on to human teachers. Next up is Tandem. Tandem is awesome. I've been recommending Tandem and HelloTalk for years. Tandem and HelloTalk are two apps that can both be hit or miss. The awesome thing about Tandem is that it is free. You don't need to pay, and you basically go online and chat with native Spanish speakers, and in return, you help them with their English, for example. The issue with an app like Tandem is that sometimes you're going to get people who are trying to flirt with you, or they want to, send you weird pictures and stuff. That's why when it comes to Tandem, you have to start a lot of different conversations so that you can find those few people who are really trying to learn a language and not trying to flirt with you or trying to date you. For that reason, I'm going to put Tandem in a C tier. It's good, it's great for free speaking practice, but you do have to be careful with the people on there. Next is HelloTalk. I've also been recommending this app for years. It is an alternative to Tandem. Both are great. You can try them out and see which is your personal preference. Oftentimes, students are simply texting other people online. You can still do voice calls and video calls, but what I've seen students do is they start using these resources to build up their confidence by speaking with real people. And it's nice because you can easily correct each other with the features that they have in the app. But once again, sometimes people are going to try to flirt with you, be weird. So for that reason, I'm going to put HelloTalk in a C tier as well. Next up is ChatGPT, and it has become incredibly popular over the years, and with good reason. It's completely free, you don't need to pay for it, and you can get speaking practice, typing practice, it will correct you real time, all for free. I'm not gonna lie, AI is incredible nowadays. Now, sometimes you have to be careful with ChatGPT. sometimes it's going to tell you the wrong thing, or it's going to teach you something from Spain instead of from Latin America. You will have to specify and ask it good questions so that it doesn't teach you things that are incorrect. I use ChatGPT all the time, but I often notice that it will teach me weird things that I would never actually use in the real world. But it's amazing because it's free. I can speak with it for free. I can text it for free, and it's pretty good quality. So for that reason, ChatGPT is going in tier A. And finally, LingoPie. I've also been recommending LingoPie for years now. LingoPie is fantastic because so many of us enjoy watching movies and TV shows or YouTube videos, and LingoPie is a place where you can go and watch TV, but learn Spanish at the same time. You can pause videos, look at the translations, create flashcard decks from the new words you're learning, and now they have a ton of new resources. If you enjoy watching Netflix and YouTube and so on and so forth, I highly recommend you get LingoPie. It is a very reasonable monthly subscription. You can go in there, learn lots of new vocab, and it's just a really fun way to learn. I always tell students, try to make your learning routine fun, because if you feel miserable and you hate your learning routine, then you're probably not going to stick with it. That's why I personally really like LingoPie. Is it going to make you fluent? Probably not. If you want to become fluent in Spanish, you need to speak. Okay, but LingoPie is a really, really good resource, and for that reason, I'm going to put LingoPie at a B tier. Well, there you go. There you have it. Those are my favorite apps. Leave a comment down below letting me know what your favorite apps are and what you thought of this video. Maybe I left something out. Muchas gracias por ver el video. If you want to learn fluent Spanish with me, click the link in the video description to join my Fluent Spanish Speaker Academy. We teach you how to have a 10-minute conversation in Spanish in 90 days without feeling nervous. Check it out by clicking the link in the video description. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.